but he should go into it pretty soon. And there he goes. And if I keep going on with this, I'll actually change this to a bit of a stronger stream. There we go. I'm essentially giving him a scratch in all the areas that he wouldn't really be able to scratch. He's not really set up to scratch his shell with any of his large limbs. So if I do this for long enough, his eyes will actually roll into the back of his head, and then as soon as I stop, he'll hold this position for potentially 5 minutes at a time. There we go. So now he's in that, I'll give him a bit of a scrub. What did I do with that scrubbing brush? There we go. And scratch him in all his favourite areas. There you go, buddy. Both our boys are in 2 yards here because they're both males, and like the males of many species, once they reach a certain size or age, they start to compete with one another. And in Galapagos tortoises, this is usually pretty non-violent. It usually means the males will come face to face with each other, and they'll actually do sort of this behaviour here, and whoever has the longest neck is the winner, and whoever has the shorter neck will be the loser and will sulk off. So, but because both our boys are about the same size, sometimes if they were to do this behaviour, they bite at each other's faces, and we don't want that for our animals. So of course we keep them in their other yards, and they're very happy. Now the very sad thing about Galapagos tortoises is us humans have had a horrible impact on them. Because they're a reptile and they don't need very much food, especially when it's cold, what the early sailors would do when they first arrived at the Galapagos Islands was actually take many, many tortoises onto the islands, onto their ships, and they had a source of fresh meat that they wouldn't really need to feed anything, so they could extend their sailing trips for long periods of time, potentially 6 months at a time, before they would need to even think about feeding a tortoise. So whenever they needed some fresh meat, they would kill one of the tortoises that they had on board and be able to live off that for a while. It actually took multiple years since the species was seen in the wild for anyone to bring one back to London to get the species officially named as a species, because everyone that they brought on board they would eat before they got back in time to name. So because of that, there was an estimated 200,000 individuals in the wild, and those numbers dropped as little as a few thousand. There are many efforts to breed and release this species in the wild. If you want to read more about that and see what sort of things you can do to help this species, you can visit galapagos.org, and there's a whole bunch of links to help the things that you could be doing. Or if you want to help a species of tortoise, or turtle rather, that's a little bit closer to home, you can go visit the Western Swamp Tortoise that's in the wetlands here at Perth Zoo and see all the things that you can be doing to help them there. Thank you very much, guys. That just about concludes today's Galapagos tortoise talk. I'll give him one last little treat. There you go, buddy. You're a good boy. You see I drop it after I give him, because I don't want to give him a piece that's too small, because that beak can actually bite through a finger, so I'm being very careful. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. I'll come out the front and answer any questions anyone might have, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Perth Zoo. Thanks.
With the